Okay, on the back of MRS 9, I want to just go over a couple problems. I'm going to go over number 15, 18, and 19. Okay, so let's look at number 15. You had one just like this on the front, but I want to kind of go over it again. It says, what is the decimal located at point B? Okay, so you have your number line starts with 2, it ends with the number 3, and they give you the middle, which is 2 and 5/10. Okay, or 2.5. Okay, so let's look at this a little bit closer. So this is just like what's on your MRS. So again, I have 2 that goes to 3, and I know that this is 2 and 5/10. All right. So this, even though it's not asking us, this would be 2 and 1/10. This would be 2 and 2/10. This would be 2 and 3/10. This would be 2 and 4/10. Okay? This is the same thing as 2 and 5/10. Remember we talked how we say that we write the fraction just like we say the decimal. So this is 2 and 5/10. So you write it as 2 and 5/10. Okay, so you get the idea. This would be 2 and 5/10, or 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10, and then you get to the whole number 3 again. All right, so we're back to where we were at the problem on the front. We're right in between, right in the middle, halfway between 2 and 2/10 and 2 and 3/10. That's what the point represents. Okay, so again, halfway in between. So what's halfway between 2 and 3? So this would be 2 and 25 hundredths. Okay. Um, if I would have had it here, just as another example, okay, it's between 2 and 4/10 and 2 and 5/10, so that would be 2 and 45 hundredths. All right. So the question's asking you to write the decimal for this one. Okay, you don't have to write it as a fraction, but if we were to write it as a fraction, you don't have to. This would be 2 and 25 hundredths. Okay, so that's number 15. It should just be a review. Let's look at number 18. It says Michael bought 5 quarts of engine oil for his truck. How many pints are in 5 quarts? This is another one of those conversion problems where we have to convert one unit of measurement to another. So he bought 5 quarts of engine oil for his truck. How many pints are in the 5 quarts? So let's look at this. I know that 1 quart equals 2 pints. Okay? And so we know that Michael bought 5 quarts. Okay? He bought 5 quarts. They want to know how many pints. And you can see up here, 1 quart equals 2 pints. So, no matter how many quarts that you have, you can find out how many pints it is simply by taking your quarts and multiplying it by 2. Okay? So it doesn't matter. So if I have 1 quart, take 1 quart times 2, gives me 2 pints. If I would have 2 quarts, and I want to find out how many pints that would be, times it by 2, which is the 2 coming from there, times it by 2, that would give me 4 pints. All right, so however many quarts you have, if they want pints to transfer it over, you just take the quart, times it by 2, and that'll give you how many pints you have. So in this problem, which is you're doing this one right here, he has 5 quarts and he wants to know how many pints. Okay, that's number 18. And the last one I want to go over is number 19. I know some of you guys are having a lot of trouble with didn't know how 19 was on the front. So we'll go over this one again. This is a different. They want to know, draw the ray on the answer space to the left. So they want to draw the ray, and I'll just explain what this is. A ray has an endpoint, and the other has an endpoint, and the other one goes on forever. Okay, that is a ray. So this endpoint means it stops. It has a stopping point, or an endpoint. But the other one goes on forever. That's what the arrow means. Remember, we talked about on the front, a line goes in both directions, kind of forever. That's what the arrows mean. But a ray has an endpoint. Okay, so that is a ray. All right. The rest you should be able to do, because they're just like the ones on the front page. If you have any questions, make sure you come ask.